And we are live. It's the Reseller Wake Up, episode 76. It is the 11th of February. It's February, right? It's February, right, guys? Yeah.
11th, yeah.
I
had to look.
We got 76 episodes done so far. This is crazy. Well, not done yet, but we got 75 done. This is number 76. But yeah, thanks everybody for coming on. Thanks everybody for watching. Hope everybody's been having a fantastic week so far. It's been kind of slow for me. I've been slacking off a lot and just kind of like trying to organize stuff around here and figure out what I'm going to be doing going forward. But I don't know. Did a little bit of sourcing here and there. What about you guys? Anything interesting going on?
Moving, settling in, did some sourcing the other day, and that's about it.
Yeah, I saw that whole video. Started to anyway. I didn't have time to watch the whole thing, but
we went down. What's today? Sunday.
I think it's
Wednesday.
Yes, it's Wednesday.
We went down last Thursday, I think, and visited Chad, Golden Finger Picker, and his wife, and they were in the middle of moving, and it worked out perfect. Helped them move, get out of town where it was. Oh God, we got home last night back here to Huntsville, and it was 37 degrees, and it had been like 70s down there, and I didn't take any shorts, so I was like cargo pants, flip-flops, and a tank top. And did a little picking the last day we were there and found a few things, but mostly it was going down there just to hang out and help them move. So it was a nice little break. I'm all stuffy now because, of course, I get down there where the weather's nice and all the pollen on everything. So at least I got my spring pollen blowout out going on now. So
it's my favorite thing about Colorado. There's pretty much none of that pollen allergy crap going around. It's pretty much a desert here. I think we're classified as a desert.
Yeah, I think the only thing that grows there is marijuana.
Yeah, pretty much. Now, for sure.
And pine trees. Y'all have pine trees, don't you? Yeah, because all the mountains.
Yeah, we got pine trees. We got a lot of aspens and stuff like that.
Aspens.
Yeah, the white ones. I think they're the white ones. They're the white ones, right?
They're all white when they're covered in snow.
You know, we've had like probably 5 days so far this year, maybe 10, with snow on the ground. Every time it snows, it's just completely melted in 2 days. It's been pretty freaking nice. I don't even want to shovel my freaking driveway because every time I go out there when it's snowing, it's like, it's only like an inch or two, and in 2 days it's going to be melted. Why am I going to bust my butt out there with a shovel when I could be doing something productive and just let it melt in a couple days?
I was
talking old man exercise. That's how you get your exercise.
Yeah, I get my exercise. I'm not worried about that.
Yeah, that's what you do. Yeah.
They say like Massachusetts and up there have had like some areas have had 6 feet of snow in the last couple of weeks. And I was talking to Ronnie Hart yesterday, and he's like, "Yeah, I mean, I'll leave out all the expletives, but he's like, yeah, it's blanket snow. It's supposed to get 8 more inches tonight. I'm sick of this. I'm getting out of here." And I was like, "Man, you keep saying that. You're not gonna do it."
Yeah. Yeah, April's going to come around, and it's going to be totally fine again, and the weather's going to be bearable, and he's going to keep doing what he's doing. Yeah, I like
where he's at. He has a nice fall weather. Yeah. All the colors change.
Well, that's the nice thing about Colorado. There's never a real extreme. Every like 5 or 10 years or so, we'll get a huge blizzard that, it'll be like 6 feet of snow dumped all at once, and it'll take like 2 weeks for it all to melt. But for the most part, it's like during the winter we get just enough snow to be like, okay, it snowed here. And then during the summer it never gets so hot that it's just like, oh, I can't take it, If it gets that hot, it lasts for a day and then it's back to normal. I mean, like right now it's 36 degrees and sunny outside. It's probably going to be 65 by this afternoon, I'm sure.
Jeez, oh Pete. I'm jealous.
Our extremes here, we'll get down to maybe like 20 degrees, a couple of days. It'll hover around 30 for the wintertime. And in the summertime, it'll hover around 105, 110.
Good God.
That's when you go up to the park where it's 85.
Yeah, Colorado, to me, is kind of like California without the earthquakes and a little bit of more snow.
We got 34 degrees today with a high of 56.
That's not bad. That's probably about what it is around here.
Enough to like piss you off, and then it'll go back down to 34 again.
Yeah. Well, at least it's not freezing.
True that.
So what's up with you, Jake? How you been?
Man, things are good. Just forming hats and selling them.
Are you doing picking up Amazon quite a bit, or is eBay still kind of your focus?
Right now, until I get every single one of these hats listed, pretty much I'm about 90% eBay. After that gets done, by that time it should be probably spring weather, and I'll probably be moving over to Amazon more.
Okay. Yeah, I'm trying to, every time I put together an Amazon shipment, I look at the prices of stuff and I go, man, this thing's gonna be like twice as much this like October, November, December. And I've even been holding stuff back, like I don't want to send it in yet because I know that if I wait till the 15th of the month, you don't have to worry about the long-term storage fees until next February. So I've been kind of holding a few bigger items back, and just some of the stuff that I know is going to sell during quarter 4 for twice what it's selling for now. But I mean, I'm still selling some of the stuff for ridiculous prices. I sold an Xbox 360 guitar the other day for $140. That was pretty cool.
I'll probably end up doing like a mini shipment for Amazon soon. I did just get approved for groceries, so I know over at this closeout store, they have some stuff that is, for whatever reason, usually they just get stuff that's like close to being expired, but for whatever reason, this stuff is like nowhere near expired. So
Oh, that's
it's
cool.
super cheap. Like,
Yeah, that all
box
the
of expensive tea for like $1.
I think today I'm gonna actually do what I've been saying that I was gonna do for the last 2 months and go to a couple of these like giant Asian supermarkets that we got out here. I mean, we've got these Asian stores that are the size of Walmart's, but none of the brands inside are sold anywhere else. And we've got like 3 or 4 different chains, and every one of them sells their own brand of stuff. Not their store brand, but just a different brand. So I'm
Right.
guessing there's tons of stuff out that I'm gonna be finding that. I mean, I'm probably gonna have to look for like similar stuff instead of finding them by the barcodes. But I mean, if I can start getting into that kind of thing, then probably be a lot less competition.
Yeah,
Heck,
yeah,
yeah.
definitely.
Then Jake, let me ask you, with hats, do you have a specific season when it's more sales than normal? I'm assuming maybe like springtime, for
Yeah,
baseball season.
springtime hat sales usually pick up really good. Unless you got a lot of beanies. If you got a lot of like new era beanies and stuff like that, that'll sell all winter long. But I mean, for the most part, snapbacks and stuff like that, your spring is going to be your main sales time.
I've had zero luck. I hope they start picking up. I've got probably 20 hats listed right now, and unless I just sell them for nothing, they never move. You know.
Yeah.
I mean, I sold you remember that Pendleton fedora that I sent you a
Yeah.
picture of like 2 months ago? Yeah, I put it up for auction because it wasn't moving, and I thought that I put it up for $14.99 plus shipping, but I did it $14.99 free shipping, and I got one bid, and it's like, okay, that sucks. And you can't just put something like that into a box or fold it up or anything. You got to have it like a big enough box where it fits perfect, and
Right.
you can't crush it at all. And I had to go out and buy tissue paper because I couldn't find my wife like jacked my tissue paper to for a present or something. So I'm just so I had to go and get some more of that. But it all worked out. But still, it's
You're gonna feel awful when you find out she jacked your tissue paper for your Valentine's present.
Right.
I don't feel.
Oh my God, I'm sorry. That's so sweet.
I don't expect anything for Valentine's Day, not present-wise anyway. My wife doesn't buy me things.
You know what we're doing for Valentine's Day?
What are you doing?
We are going to the REI is having their garage sale on Valentine's Day here.
Oh, jeez.
So we're going to go down to REI for the big sale and then just spend the day in Brookfield shopping. And
REI is a really good place to go, I'm sure, for the sales. I mean, like
I forget.
when they have like 2 or 3 sales a year, right? That are just like blowout sales.
Well, the garage sale that's the one where everybody brings their equipment to as well.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
the one where it's I'm sick, by the way, so I sound kind of stupid. But it's the one where people, like, there's used stuff there too. Like, people in the community and the employees and everything will bring their stuff too. And then it's things that have been returned to REI and stuff. Like, you can get, $1,000 tent. You can find it there sometimes for $100.
Wow.
And it
I
has
think right
to be.
about that time, REI does their sale where you buy their membership, their yearly thing, and you can take that amount that you pay for that off on your purchase that day too.
No, the membership's lifetime. You pay $20 one time. It's not even a yearly membership. It's a lifetime membership. You pay $20 one time to become a member at REI, and you earn money back on all of your purchases.
Yeah, I got my REI membership as a birthday present or Christmas present years ago, and I love it.
I
REI.
want to say it was more than $20 back then too.
Yeah.
Yeah, now it's only $20 one
Yeah, I
time,
think
$20
when
lifetime.
I got it, I know it was $100 because I shopped there I would go there to look around and stuff, but I didn't actually buy a whole lot because the membership was $100. But every once in a while I'd find something that was just a total steal. But then, my mother-in-law knew that I liked the place, so she got me a membership a few years back. That was cool. But yeah, I know it was about $100 back then.
Yeah, we love
I'm gonna go and ask him for a refund.
Yeah,
So,
I never.
like today's prices.
kind of along the same line as REI, sort of, when we're talking about outdoor stuff, my daughter went to our local, it's like a southeastern chain store that they have like 20 stores. She bought a Patagonia jacket, and then she decided it was normally $99.99, had the suggested retail price. She got it for like $60. Decided she didn't like it, and well, it was actually given to her as a gift, so she didn't have a receipt, whatever. And she looks up online and discovers with Patagonia, if you mail it back to them with the tag on it, they'll give you a gift card, an electronic gift card through email once they receive it for whatever the suggested retail was. So she had me mail it in the other day to their place, their processing center in Nevada, and the other day she got her email and got a $100 credit at Patagonia. So, not saying to go to look for a brand new Patagonia in thrift stores because you probably wouldn't find it, but that is, and not that that's right to do that, but
Right.
in her case, it actually came from a store, so she sent it back and got a $100 credit doing that. I thought that was
That's awesome.
That's right along the lines of finding recalled items and sending them back to the companies. I mean, they're recalled, and if you don't get it, I mean, these things are recalled for a reason, right? And Goodwill doesn't keep track of that stuff. So if you pick one of these items up, you can't sell it, but you're also making sure that somebody who might have bought it and not realized it was recalled because Goodwill has no idea doesn't get it either. I mean, I picked up another cocoa latte last night for $1 at Goodwill. So, and you bet I'm sending that in for my $30.
See, I don't ever see them.
I don't think I ever saw them like that often until Deb mentioned it, and it might have just been one of those things that it wasn't on my radar until I heard about it. But as soon as I found 3 since she said something since the show started, so it's been, and I've probably passed on a couple more, but yeah, they come and pop up quite a bit. But what's up, Kelly?
I wouldn't say about Danica and Deb's show. With John, he is witty, and Danica, you should have him on more often. He doesn't say much.
My man.
It's funny.
Yeah, he got wittier as the makers went down. So he hates YouTube. Like he's not a YouTube guy, and I told, for the thing, I was like, babe, you have to do the thing, and he's like, I'm gonna say something, I'm gonna say something, and we all know what it ended up being. I'm pretty sure anybody that saw the show knows what it ended up being. And he was like, oh, I told you what I would do something. Because he had told me, he's like, you need to write me a list. These are the things you can say. These are the things you can't
It's
say.
YouTube. You can say anything you want.
You know,
I told him, I was like, whatever. Don't talk about boobs. Don't talk.
Don't say anything that could be halfway misconstrued as any kind of innuendo, even if it's a total stretch, because it can be made into an innuendo by.
Yeah, because we will.
especially if Dusty is on the panel.
I didn't say it. He said what he said. I went like this, and I looked down at the screen. I looked at Danica, and I was like, "Oh, she just got it too." And I was like, "No."
My face. I was just he was rolling like when he scooched off camera. It's like he mouths to me and he goes, "Your face."
Yeah, I'll admit it. I missed the show, and actually, I meant to go back and watch it, but I haven't. I'm gonna have to.
Yeah.
Didn't George Carlin used to have a list of 7 words you can't say on radio and television? Yeah.
Luckily, this is not radio or television.
Yeah, right.
We can say whatever we want.
Oh yeah, but it was hilarious. And then Sue Sowen of all people, Sue's the one that she had me giggling like nobody's business, because she's like, what was it she said? She said, she's like, they're peel and stick. I don't know why that just. I was like giggling like nobody's business. She's like, yeah, the labels are peel and stick. Could not stop freaking laughing at her.
Yeah, yesterday when I got home from Thorson, I realized that Spartacus was on Netflix, and I haven't seen the last 2 seasons. So that's what I'm gonna be doing for the next couple weeks.
Is it all on there now?
Yeah, all 4 seasons.
Oh, Spartacus.
Yeah,
Maybe I should switch over to that because I just started watching a different sci-fi series on Netflix. What the hell is it called?
Spartacus is not a sci-fi series.
I know. Yeah, I saw the movie with Kirk Douglas. Yeah.
Oh no! Don't watch it, Bill.
It's basically softcore porn.
It's softcore porn with lots and lots of blood.
Blood and guts, like heads getting cut off, and.
What do you think? I would pass out or something?
No, it's just.
No, don't just. I'm just saying, don't go and watch it if you expect it to be like the movie.
Yeah, no, with what you said, it's like, oh God, don't go watch that, please. Yeah. If you.
I just thought a little oriented.
The one of Thrones be like a PG-13. So.
Yes.
Definitely. The one I started watching is called Farscape.
Farscape is awesome. Stay with Farscape.
Yeah.
That's got like 300 episodes or something, don't they?
I think there's 88 on Netflix. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like
you're gonna have to go find the rest. And then there's a little movie. Was it a mini movie thing they did for the end of it? I don't know. I can't remember. We had to. Not saying we torrented it because we wouldn't do that, but we found it.
Yeah.
Somewhere.
Yeah, so Thriftiness was asking in the chat a minute ago, how do you find a recall list? There are sources that you can use on Google. It's hard. I mean, generally what happens is the manufacturers contact the retailers that they distribute the products through, and then the retailers pass it on to their customers. And I'm sure that there's a database somewhere or something. Honestly, I don't go out there looking for recalled items that I can find at the thrift store and send back to the manufacturer, but there are a couple items that I know they'll send you a check for or whatever, so I pick them up when I see them.
What's the government agency it takes? Not National Safety Council, National
Department of Public Safety?
Yeah, NHTSA. No, that's Highway Traffic Safety. Never mind.
Consumer something.
Yeah, Consumer Reports puts out a list in their magazine, but I don't know if you need to be. If you want to see it on the web, I don't know if you need to be a member.
You may have to have a membership on it.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah.
Okay.
Calphalon is another company that gives life. They used to. I don't know if they still do, but one of our Calphalon pots, like stock pots, the lining on the anodized steel or whatever, I don't know, it ended up discoloring or whatever, and I looked up their address and sent a nice little note, hey, we don't run it through the dishwasher, we haven't used any harsh detergents, it should have lasted longer, and like a month later they sent me a brand new pot.
Okay.
Yeah,
Not
they're
saying you could find stuff like, but typically when you find Calphalon, people don't get rid of it. So when you find it in a thrift store, it's usually pretty beat up. Sometimes you can send those back. That's kind of iffy though, because you don't know how somebody's taking care of it.
yeah, there are definitely some companies out there that will honor that guarantee. I mean, if you find a box of Craftsman screwdrivers or wrenches or something at a thrift store that are all rusted out, you can buy them, take them back to or to Sears, and they'll give you a set of Craftsman brand new tools. But you know,
CPSC, Consumer Products Safety Commission.gov. I'm gonna try to post a link in the site. I know we can't do links.
I just put one up for recalls.gov. That's up there.
Yeah.
Just add www onto what I just posted over there onto the front of it.
yeah. So I mean, I don't know. I'm not gonna say that people should go out there and try and make a business out of it, but I mean, technically, I don't. It's not the same to me as buying something and then returning it to the store and trying to get money for it. Like if I find a brand new Xbox 360 at a thrift store that was a Target return for $30, and then I take it back to Target and try and get the money back without a receipt, that's totally different than this. I mean, that's just dishonest. But like if you're kind of doing the company a service by returning recalled items, and if they issue a recall and then they're willing to give you some kind of credit for returning it, then I mean, I don't see anything wrong with
I'm making the world a safer place.
Exactly. Right.
That's a stretch.
Yeah, totally a stretch, but that's okay. I don't mind stretching when it comes to that stuff.
I put a second link up there.
You can see all the products on that site that I just posted, not to get sidetracked, but like Mean Green Degreaser, they recalled their products.
I don't think I've ever even seen that stuff, but it's probably really, really good. It probably works really well. So
It's a really good product. It's actually, I used to keep it diluted in a squirt bottle for cleaning up yard sale stuff because
Mean Green's good stuff.
crap off. That's just other.
They're like Simple Green, that
It
stuff.
Yeah. Well, Simple Green, I
No.
think, would be a little more environmentally friendly. Mean Green's kind of like we just don't give a crap. It's got all kinds of chemicals in it. Like, you probably can't get it in California because of all the Proposition 65 stuff. It's probably like outlawed.
All they have to do is just post it. Hey, this stuff causes death, but you can use it. We warned you.
Yeah, basically.
You're going to get
Kinda like
cancer from this, but go ahead.
Like those Black Death cigarettes from back in the day. I remember we used to love those things.
I remember.
Wait, what's a Black Death cigarette?
Oh, that's just like I know it's like a novelty cigarette. They're real cigarettes, but they come in a black box with a big skull on the front and a giant warning all over the box. It's like, these cause cancer. If you smoke them, you will die. These have the highest tar and nicotine content of any cigarette you will find anywhere. You have been warned, basically.
That is
See, I like it.
awesome.
They used to have the warning labels here on cigarettes with it. It had a picture of diseased lungs, of emphysema, and they had to stop it because people were not buying their cigarettes as much, so they had to stop doing that.
Oh, darn.
Yeah. Back when I was in school 20 years ago, I would have totally bought those cigarettes just for that reason.
That's why everybody bought Jolt Cola, twice the caffeine, twice the Jolt.
Well, now it's even like Red Bull and freaking Monster. I don't know how people drink those things like soda. I have one of those, and I'm feeling like, if I have two of them, I can't even function. I'm just crazy.
I got totally away from sodas. I buy nothing but juice now.
Yeah, I don't buy soda. I just drink water and soda, like soda water, like the seltzer water.
Okay.
The flavored ones.
Yeah, and I'm just sticking to caffeine and heroin, yeah.
Yeah,
James is like, I've got my smokes, I've got my needles, got my caffeine. I'm
set.
good. I'm good.
I think VA has a great line of juices. I'll tell you, I stock up every time I go to the grocery store.
My father-in-law every time he goes to Florida, he goes over to the what do you call it, the Space Coast or whatever, that coast, that over there. And he gets all the Indian River fruit stuff, and he just made a trip down. So on our way back from Florida, we were in the Panhandle, and he's over there, and he was back in Birmingham. On our way back up the interstate yesterday, he called, and he's like, I got a whole bunch of like grapefruit and oranges and fresh orange juice. I mean, he literally hauls coolers down there when he takes a trip down, and it's orange season. He brought back boxes full of fruit, fresh orange juice. He got us a half-gallon of orange blossom honey, which is like the bees that pollinate in the orange orchards or whatever they call them, orange groves. You've never tasted honey that good. And I was like, yeah, we got 30 minutes because I wanted to get out of Birmingham before rush hour traffic. I was like, we can stop by your house for 30 minutes. It's really like pull in, throw the fruit in the car, and go.
Yeah, that's one of the things I miss about working at a produce warehouse is I could just walk the warehouse whenever I wanted and fill up boxes with all the broken cases and stuff, because they always had like damaged goods in the place. I mean, I would literally walk out with like a 20-pound box of fruit and vegetables anytime I wanted, as often as I wanted.
That's
I'll
awesome.
let you guys know. I used to work in the citrus industry and for Vitapack citrus products, and we would purchase oranges at $10 per ton.
Per ton.
Holy crap.
Per ton.
What the hell would you do with a ton of them?
we would the oranges. Well, the orange juice to us was waste. We would send the orange juice next door. We would keep the orange peel and process that for different marmalades. Our customers were like Kraft, Lee and Perrings, places like that. But yeah, we would purchase them at $10 per ton.
Wow.
We would buy a two-trailer diesel truck. I think it was for $260.
Yeah, a ton of oranges isn't as many as you would think, though. I mean, if you think about it, you can fill up a semi with like.
I think it's 44,000 pounds on a semi.
Yeah, it's like every bin is about 2,000 pounds. So if you can fit 20 bins or whatever in there, it's still only $200. But I mean, you're talking about all the ratty, discolored, crappy oranges.
These are the ones that you can't sell as oranges themselves in the store.
Yeah, they either throw them away or. Yeah, and how long ago was this, Kelly? Got to think of that too.
Just a couple of years ago. Wait a minute, let me think.
Just a couple.
Yeah, that was 1999. Yeah.
Okay, there you go.
Oh, that's not long ago.
Well, the bags that he had were the big brown grocery bags, and they had the price still written on the side. He was buying the oranges and the grapefruits for $5 for one of those big brown grocery bags full, which is a pretty good price. They are the uglier ones. Indian River Fruit tends to box their stuff, and it's kind of a premium. I think it may be more of a southern thing, but they'll do, like a lot of schools in the South do fundraisers where you can order a box of fruit, and then when you order the box of fruit, of course you pay like $30 for this box, and they're all pristine. So a lot of these were the ones that were uglier on the outside. The skin was not discolored, but you know what I mean. It had that brown tint to it. There's not a thing in the world wrong with the orange, but on the inside it's totally fine. But I'm gonna get in there and get some orange juice and try to knock out this crud that I have, and I think I'm gonna juice today.
And right now they're selling different fruit places $2 for a bag. That's for a 5-pound bag of oranges.
God, that's cheap.
Yeah, we've got a lot of fruit.
These things are huge. They're like grapefruit size.
Right.
Yeah,
I always load up on citrus when we go down to Florida.
Yeah, we don't have citrus, but we've got like a lot of peaches and pears and apples and stuff. Yeah, a lot of stone fruit in Colorado that people like a lot. But then we've got a lot of the markets. I mean, when I was selling produce, I mean, it was crazy how cheap some of that stuff was. I mean, we'd get pallets of blueberries, and they'd be like the 4 2-pound boxes for $1 flat. And just like stuff like that all the time.
I didn't realize how many apples were here. Like, we have so many apple places. And I was like, it's Wisconsin, how do you grow stuff? But
Wisconsin's a big apple state. I don't know why.
It's huge. It's a huge thing here. Organic apples, they're all over. You can go pick, we've got some of the pick-it places for the organic apples, and it's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, somebody explain to me organic fruit, because as far as I'm concerned, it's all organic.
No, it's what they say.
It all grows, right?
Ooh. I have a blog, my organics blog, by the way. That is CaliPicker.com.
I spent 10 years. I spent 10 years selling organic produce, so yeah.
Go for it.
Basically, it's just the pesticides and fungicides, the stuff they spray on them to, like the fertilizers, the pesticides, just everything that you have to spray on the product to keep the bugs off and keep it
Cliff,
growing is all organic and not man-made. I mean, like a lot of the chemicals and stuff that they spray on fruit and vegetables is all
Carcinogenic.
man-made chemicals made in a lab, like totally refined down so that when you finally like if you try and put that stuff in your body, it can be bad for you over the years. And they
It's
say
the, it's the stuff you see the guys in the spacesuits spraying on your food. That's that's the stuff. And like organic potatoes can't have that. What's that thing that they put on the potatoes so that they stop, like so that they don't rot?
I know what you're talking about. I don't know the name of
I
it.
can't think of what it's called. Like there's some stuff, like it's illegal in Canada and most other places, but here they put they spray this stuff on them and it makes it so that they don't form the eyes. Basically, they don't keep growing. They stop. Like when they pick them, they stop. That's what I want in my body.
Yeah, they're not. Well, that's the thing about conventional and organic stuff. I mean, there's some organic stuff that isn't all that great too. And just because it says organic on it doesn't mean that it's like
You got to know where your
100%.
stuff comes
There's
from.
still there's plenty of stuff that people use that's organic that is no better than the conventional stuff. But then again, on the other hand, there's a lot of conventional stuff, guys that just don't go through all the hoops to get certified organic that are fine. I mean, like I used to buy potatoes, or the potatoes that we'd get, I would bring them home, and after 2 months, they would look like aliens because the eyes would be growing tentacles.
That's what you want. That's what a potato's supposed to do. It's supposed to grow eyes and roots. And
exactly. But they were all conventional, but I mean they were all local too. So I mean a lot of the smaller, I don't really buy stuff just because it's organic, but I try to stick to like smaller farmers. I try to stick to people who know where they buy their stuff from. I mean if you're going with the local growers, then most of the time it's okay. But I mean they still got to do their tricks to make sure that the produce gets to market and that it's good by the time that you buy it, and it just doesn't go bad right away. But
it's also like pest control. Instead of doing chemicals to get rid of pests, they'll purchase a crate of ladybugs. I mean, this whole thing is full of ladybugs, and they'll just release them into the orchard. They'll send out certain insects that will kill other insects, the pests for the trees.
Right.
Right now with citrus, it is so bad. It's almost very difficult to find organic food. Organic citrus.
Yeah, because everybody wants perfect-looking oranges, and they try and buy the organics, and then they look at it and they see all the little cracks and lines and stuff in the peel, and they're like, "Oh, I don't know about that. Why can I buy this brand new-looking orange over here that looks perfect?"
Yeah, this bright orange that's been painted with the freaking orange coloring.
No, they're picked green at a certain size, and then put them into a chamber, and they gas them with I think it's nitrogen, or nitrous oxide gas, where it turns it orange.
They gas so many fruits and vegetables that people do. I'm glad I was going to mention that a minute ago. It's like banana. You don't realize when you buy bananas. When you buy bananas in Walmart, I'm not picking on Walmart specifically, but typically most of your fruits and vegetables have been picked green and then ripened unnaturally with gas. Like tomatoes. You think about you're buying tomatoes in the middle of, in Alabama in the middle of the winter. Well, I mean, those got picked somewhere green and got gassed to turn their color. That's why they don't taste the same.
The organic bananas do too.
They're mealy on the inside. They're,
Organic bananas get gas too. It's ethylene gas. It's all natural. It's the gas that's actually released by the fruit in the first place. That's why if you take a bag of green tomatoes and you stick them in a brown paper bag and let them sit for a week, then they eventually ripen because they naturally release this ethylene gas.
That's right.
But I mean,
you think of the tomatoes. With tomatoes right now, they manufactured or genetically engineered them, where the tomato worms, when they eat those tomatoes, it's poisonous to them now.
Yeah, that's why I just stick to the ones that either look really ugly or like the heirlooms. Those are really good.
I will pay up to $5 for heirloom tomatoes just because I am so scared of all of the science that's going into our food. You know, it just it's like,
Yeah.
what the hell is that doing to our bodies? And we're, I'm vegan. But 90% of my diet is these vegetables, you know?
Yeah. I mean, when it
And
comes
with
to
the,
like,
the oranges, buying an orange in the store, the taste of it kind of sort of tastes like an orange, but there's no comparison to a fresh orange.
Yeah.
Well,
People laugh at me for smelling my fruit, and, if it doesn't smell like the fruit that it's supposed to be, and I knock on my, I don't know.
yeah, that's one of the things, like peaches, one of the reasons why they're so big in Colorado. They don't look as nice as the California ones, but at least they're picked ripe. They get here within a day or two of being picked, and then they're pretty much ripe already. Like they're on the verge,
Right.
they're not picked hard green and then slowly like
Oh,
ripened unnaturally.
South
That's
Alabama
right.
and Georgia, we get peaches. We get the good.
Yes.
I
I get Georgia peaches every year.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it is your natural or your state fruit, right? State flower.
Georgia. No, Georgia's the peach, but South Alabama. When I say South Alabama, between Birmingham, and Montgomery, and down that way, they grow a lot of. There's a whole strip in through that part of the state where they Chilton County, Alabama, where they grow a lot of peaches.
Southern South Carolina is like that. They've got killer peaches. That
You
whole
go down
little strip there that you guys have.
Yeah, you go down the interstate, and for like 50 miles, it's nothing but like try our fresh peaches, and you get off, and there's peach stands at every single exit.
You know what surprised me was Michigan with their berries. I did not know how many berries fare so freaking well in Michigan. Like there's a highway that we took from Monroe, Michigan, like between Toledo and Detroit. I don't remember what the highway was, but it was how we got back here to this house from there. And I can't remember how many I counted berry farms. Like where you could go pick your berries, and
Yeah, you go and
it was huge. It's a huge industry.
I used to make pretty good money during the summer when I was like a little kid, 12, 13, 14. Me and my buddy would go to these pick your own berry places. They give you a 5-gallon bucket basically and pay you $5 a bucket. And it's not like we needed that much money, but we go in there and like all the migrant workers would be working the fields, and we couldn't even come close to keeping up with those guys. I don't know how they
They're
did it.
so freaking fast.
I know.
I mean, so fast, and they can stay bent over all day long. You know, it's like how
They will pay for that someday, but
dude, I know, but it amazes. Like, I don't know.
Yeah,
that's a whole nother discussion. But bringing into reselling, do you know how much money you can get for fresh berries and mushrooms and things like that?
I've thought
at the restaurants and stuff.
Yeah, well, I've thought really seriously about starting a farmers market stand, just because I know that I still have access. I mean, I can walk into my old warehouse. It's not the same company anymore, but some of the guys that were running the company before they like basically bought the warehouse, I guess, and they're still using it, and they're still trying to do something. It's just on a much smaller scale, but they do their deal sheets, and I can go and buy stuff whenever I want. And I mean, then of course I've got all my old contacts like with the local farmers and stuff, but it'd be a lot more fun than an antique booth, I think, just because, I mean, if you've ever been to a farmer's market, it's not like a flea market. I mean, it's like more like a party kind of thing. Everybody wants, people still want to try and get deals, but they're there to buy, farm fresh stuff. They're not there to try and get over on anybody.
I love the farmers market.
Yeah, as long as you're competitive, then you're good.
I have a reselling related question, not to change the subject from produce.
Today's show is not about reselling.
We don't have to talk about reselling every day, guys. If we did that, it would get boring.
No, I know. I like it better when we start talking about real life some.
I do too, but this is something I thought, if I get on the show this morning, I'm gonna ask about it. I use Firefox primarily. Is anybody else having Flash and Java issues for the last couple of days nonstop?
That's why I stopped using Firefox.
Last night it was locking up on me when I was trying to get into Facebook.
About 3 days ago, I upgraded Java, and it seemed to fix a lot of things. But then there were some issues with eBay, and it would not print. And I just yelled at him. I said, you know what? I'm tired of having to turn off my security feature so I can print a shipping label.
Right.
And they finally fixed something. I'm not sure what.
Does
But they're
Java
at-
work with has the Java Oracle or whatever the company I can't remember is? Have they ever figured out like, hey, our crap doesn't work with any browser? We need to like fix it.
No.
It seems like it's for years. It's been an ongoing issue.
No, because so many things are Java based. They've got their market. It doesn't matter. Because
Yeah,
Java's so easy.
with people's browsers, people are. I mean, then you can't use the products. I mean,
But
Well,
it's the programmers. Programmers, because Java is ridiculously simple to learn.
yeah, and it's prolific. Like everybody uses it because of how easy it is, but it has all of its problems because it's the same thing as Windows versus Mac. I mean, the reason why Windows has so many issues is because it's a operating system that's designed to be used by like basically you can build something to run Windows. You can't build something to run a Mac. You have to build a Mac to run on Mac's operating system, but with Windows you can just kind of it's designed to run with all these different components. So I mean, Java is just kind of the same way, I guess. Like it's on so many different platforms and so many different.
Well, it's hard to make something that is cross-platform that works across all.
That works perfectly
really
across
hard. Yeah, it's really hard to do. Like I never have Java issues on my laptop, but the PCs I do constantly, and I don't understand what that's about. Like Google or Chrome on my MacBook, never have any issues with with anything.
A couple of people, Wade and Anissa, and a couple of people in the chat just said Chrome. I can't do it. I would rather, and this is awful as it sounds, and I did what Bill said when I got back home yesterday. Immediately, I was like, okay, crap, I got to go into my add-ons on Firefox, update Java, and it seemed to have fixed it. Now this morning I'm having Flash issues, which I guess that's Adobe, but I can't do. I would rather live with that kind of crap than do Chrome. I can't do Chrome.
I can't do Firefox. Like Firefox annoys the crap out of me. I
tried-
like Safari, but it's so bloated.
The one thing that I have to use Chrome for and really need to use Chrome for is sourcing, because that's where all the applications work for sourcing. All the ones that came
All the
from
extensions.
Chris Green and all those people.
For doing online.
For a while when I was,
all the
I had to use
At least
Chrome for
half.
Spreecast. When Catherine would have her show on Spreecast, I would have to use Chrome.
Oh, and it also
Really?
works for this. Google Hangouts runs a lot better in Chrome than it does in Firefox.
Yeah, that's true. But every time I try and use Chrome, it runs better, but it resets my router constantly.
Oh,
So
geez.
I've got to use Firefox.
Really?
Yeah.
That's weird.
I was trying Chrome for a while, and the picture was a lot better. It looked a lot better, and even when I turned down my bandwidth usage to kind of scale down the video, it still would reset my router every 5 minutes. Remember, like a few months back when I kept having those issues where it would pop out? I was trying to use Chrome, and it just didn't.
How the heck can it reset your router?
Just too much bandwidth getting shoved through there, I guess. I don't know.
That is crazy.
Some kind of optimization issue, but instead of trying to figure out what was wrong, I just stopped trying to mess with it, went back to Firefox, and now I don't have issues again. So,
Have you guys ever used Opera? Do you remember Opera?
I've heard of it. I think I tried it back in the day, like 10 years ago, 12 years ago, back when
There were so many coming out.
yeah, when they were all these well, like right after AOL stopped and Comcast and DSL started becoming really popular, they started releasing all these new browsers. It was like when Google first started getting popular, and I tried them all. I mean, I was a little computer geek back then. I was like an overclocker, and I'd build my own computers, and that's where I learned all that stuff, like all the hardware and this stuff. And I tried.
You never grew out of that.
Yeah, I guess not.
Opera was actually pretty awesome. I don't know why I stopped using Opera. That was a clean, never an issue browser.
Yeah. I don't know. settled on Firefox, and I've never had issues with it. Every once in a while, it'll need like I'll start having issues that last for a couple days, and then they
Yeah.
throw an update out, and it fixes everything
Well,
again.
yeah, that's basically what I'm going through right now. It seems like, it'll go good for 2 or 3 months, and then all of a sudden,
Yep.
and I don't know if it's because Java has to do a fix, but it'll be great for 2 or 3 months, and then all of a sudden it's back to Java issues.
Yeah.
I
I
like
don't know if it's
Firefox.
just my Mac or, I don't know if it's Firefox and Mac. I don't remember why I stopped using Firefox. I don't remember.
One thing I like about Firefox over Chrome is that when you open up a new tab, you can set it to automatically go into that tab, whereas I still can't figure out how to do that in Chrome. It opens the tab up, but then you have to click on it to get over there.
Huh.
Yeah.
I never noticed that.
Yeah.
Isn't it funny the things that'll bother,
Yeah.
like the little things that just will drive somebody absolutely freaking nuts.
Yeah.
And then, we just never, I never noticed that. I never paid attention to that.
Yeah, I don't know. I see all the little things, but
That's so funny.
I'm about to print a label.
Oh, bye, James.
We're going to find out what
Yeah, I gotta give a friend a ride. So everybody have a good one. I'll see you guys later.
Have a good day.
See you.
so yeah, I know people have been like confused with the show schedule lately, and it's just me trying to figure out, what we're doing basically.
Well, just let us know what's going on the next day.
Yeah.
What's tomorrow?
I'll let you guys know like 20 minutes before the show starts. Keep
Yeah,
refreshing
I
the
woke
Facebook group.
up, I set my alarm, and I woke up, and I didn't have a message from you, and apparently I fell back to sleep, and then Jake messaged me, and I heard the ting, that woke me up, and I looked at it, and then I tried to, bleary-eyed look and see if I had something else, and it was like, no, nothing.
I saw that Deb had a hangout going this morning, but I don't know. Is she still there? Is that why she's not here, or?
I don't know. Are you sure it wasn't yesterday?
She had one. I didn't. I haven't been on Facebook. I just went on to look for a message.
I'm pretty sure it was this morning.
She's been doing. Yeah, she's been doing. What is it? What is it? She calls it the resellers woke up, but there was no hangout.
Yeah, sunrise.
Or no show, something
sunrise
like
or
that. Yeah.
yeah.
She's like, oh, that's what it is. The resellers woke up, but there's no show.
Or there's no resellers woke up, but there's no wake up, I think.
Yeah, something like that. It was funny. I was like, she's so clever.
Yeah. I don't know. Most of the time when I get up, I just check. I come to Facebook and YouTube right before the show starts. Before that, I'm just trying to get everything organized, or I'm gone, out of the house doing other things. Like today, I was gonna go to the gym, but I didn't make it up in time, and I wasn't gonna. I would have ended up being 10 minutes late, and I wasn't gonna do that just because you look like a jackass showing up late for a class like that. And I did need to get a bunch of eBay stuff done this morning, so I managed to take care of some stuff that I've been putting off and trying to get back into the habit of, back into my listing.
Morning, Jeff.
Because I haven't been doing it at all. What's up, Jeff?
Hey, Jeff.
Oh my gosh.
Is Jeff here? Hi, Jeff.
He just.
Hi,
He'll
Jeff.
be here eventually.
Wake up, Jeff. Bye-bye, Jeff.
Look, Dusty, talk to him. Stop it, Dusty.
He's having one of his mad at me days. Come back, Jeff. Oh, there you are. Hey, guess what I found while I was in Florida? Here we go. This is Reseller related. So, it's a prosthetic leg.
Did you see my comment for that?
Complete with I got the whole thing. I only bought it because the titanium knee is worth about $200.
Jeez.
It's probably worth more with the whole thing together. I don't know if I'm gonna part it out or sell it whole, but.
Like on Chad's haul video, Dusty busts this thing out, and he's like, talking about the knee, and he's telling how much this titanium knee's worth, and he's like, and I got the whole leg.
And the really weird, it's this little store down the street from Chad's, and when we were there the last time, I was like, oh, that place looks interesting. But it's one of those places, not really a thrift store. It says antiques and collectibles. So your first thought is, oh, they've looked everything up. And Chad's like, well, that guy's never open. So you go in, and this guy looks like Jerry Garcia. He's just he's got long white hair, the ponytail, he's got the whole 9 yards. He says he's a vet. I mean, I don't know, he may or may not be. And he claims that everything in the store he's selling for injured veterans, which is kind of, I'm not doubting him, but I don't know. And so I asked him about the leg, and everything in there's a lot of it's military related, so it might be legit. But he's got that leg, and I was like, how much for that? And he's like, well, let me tell you the story. I'm like, I don't want to hear the story. No.
No.
Like, that was from a Marine, and let's just say he doesn't need it anymore. I'm like, dude, really? No, I didn't need. I just want to know how much it is.
Who is selling their dead Marine family members prosthetic
No,
leg?
he said he was selling it for him. So apparently the guy's still alive, but doesn't need his leg anymore. I mean, I don't know. And then he goes into the whole story. You know, they're $3,500 new, and I said, yeah, and that's an older model, and that's probably what they bill the insurance company. And you and I both know that that's not, you know, has nothing to do with anything. So I ended up at $80, which is more than I wanted to pay, but. I know the knee joint alone is worth $200. So
it's just the way that you said it in the haul video. You were just it was perfect, and that was all I could. That was even my comment. It's like, you know.
And I got the shin and the foot.
I got the whole leg.
Now, don't you have issues selling this kind of stuff on eBay? I know, like up until a couple, like maybe 6 or 8 months ago, I know a lot of people were buying stuff like that. They used to sell it on eBay, and they had to start selling it on Amazon because it was easier to sell that stuff on Amazon. But now they're starting to crack down on Amazon as well.
Prosthetic limbs on Amazon?
They've cracked down on stuff that, you know, requires, or that eBay deems requires, not that necessarily does, requires a, you know, a doctor's prescription. Like CPAP machines have been a pain in the butt to try to sell for years. That one I don't know. I hope not. You know, if nothing else, I'll just sell the joint, the knee joint.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God.
Well, I was thinking just like wire it up and sell it as a steampunk style lamp.
You know, there's one on there. When I was doing my research, there's one on there. It's a prosthetic leg lamp, incomplete. And I'm like, really?
Did they make it like the Christmas story lamp?
Hold on.
Yeah,
Let me.
that's what I was gonna say. Did they have like a high heel? Did they have it in a high heel with some fishnets?
Wait, would that be disrespectful? I don't know if that would be disrespectful or just really freaking awesome.
It was. And I looked at it. My first thought was like, that's kind of bad. I mean, unless it was somebody that, you know, you feel kind of awful. You feel kind of awful when you sell something like that. But at the same time, hey, if you're doing somebody a service that needs one and they don't have insurance, I mean, they're going to be tickled to death.
Yeah. Well, my take on that is it's a tool. It's not like, I mean, just because somebody used it because they needed it doesn't make it not a tool. It's just a freaking tool, and you can do whatever you want with it. I mean, it's not like you're trying to do something with somebody's war medals or something like that, you know. I mean, that kind of thing, that's where you start getting into that gray area. But I mean, a freaking prosthetic leg, just because somebody used it as one and they don't need it anymore doesn't mean that it's not a tool. But,
oh, I was talking about making it into a Christmas story lamp. Would that?
Well, that's what I mean. I mean, you can.
Oh, okay. I gotcha.
It is what it is. I mean, it shouldn't be something that, I don't know. I just don't see stuff like that as that kind of thing that has to have some kind of proper respect done for it or something. You know, I mean, that's a little ridiculous, but I mean. I don't know. I might be totally wrong on that, but I mean, look at like the trench art lamps and stuff like that. I mean, I'd have a little bit more. I would think that like the, you know, ammo and stuff that's actually used in the war would be a little bit more revered, I guess, or more likely to be revered than.
Well, to me, it's the fact that I think that is easier for people to take because it's an object. It's not something that was part of someone. You know, like a prosthetic. It was part of someone. Well, you guys know me. I'm all touchy, really.
This same guy, he was kind of a weird cat. He had a cuckoo clock hanging there. Underneath it, there's this big artillery shell, and I was like, "Is that for sale?" And he's like, "No, I took down a Russian MiG with it." And I was like, "What was that?"
That was Danica's Doctor Who ringtone.
It was the shell that he took down a Russian MiG with, and I mean, I don't know. He was one of these guys that all his stories were so fantastical that you kind of go, you know, really. So I took, you know, everything kind of with a grain of salt. Chad went and sat in the car, and Then the guy went in his back room so he could smoke back there. And I was like, hey, do you care if I come back? He's like, no, come on. So then I'm digging through the guy's back room, and there's like probably 50 guns back there. He's like, are you into guns? And I'm like, oh, God, no. I got to get out of here now. Yeah, I am, but I'm looking, and there's seriously like assault rifles everywhere in the back room of this little junk store. And I'm like, okay. Not sure if this is legal, but okay. He was a neat guy, though. I mean, he's fascinating, but I could probably talk to him all day, but he was a character.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's probably why Chad didn't want to go in with you, because he's chatted with him enough times to know that just need to stay away from that place.
Well, I get back in, and Chad's like, everything he says, he's full of bullshit.
Yeah,
Bullshit. None of that stuff came from veterans. He's full of shit. I was like, okay. He's like, what the hell did you just buy, a leg? I was like, yeah. He had some cool antique stuff too. He had a it wasn't a Victrola brand, but he had a Silvertone brand old upright record player from like the 20s, it was a Silvertone, which was completely pristine. And we have a Victrola, and like I need another one, and I would have loved to have had it, but he wanted $300 for it, and I was like, yeah, not for that brand.
yeah.
We used to have one in the big wooden box that you had to crank it on the side.
That's what we had. And ours actually are split, but they're so creepy sounding with those metal needles that every time I play it, and the records I have are like old orchestra music and stuff, and I got some Bing Crosby and stuff, and whenever I play it, the kids are like, oh, it sounds like nails on a chalkboard. And it like echoes through our house.
Yeah, kind of like the style that all the video games are going to now. That music style. Seems like a lot of them are using that. That doo-doo-doo, I don't know. That weird old school sounding, old school music type thing. But yeah, I picked up a record player the other day. It's like perfect for testing records because everything's built in. It's this little record player. Plays whatever, but it's got like built-in speakers and everything, and then AM, FM radio, all that. So don't have to have like the whole setup to.
Where'd you find
records. At Goodwill. It was like $5.
Oh, cool.
So I snagged it. I mean, I looked it up on eBay. They were selling for $50. So I'll just sell it if I don't decide to keep it. But that's one thing. Like I know Chad likes to talk about testing records, and I always talk about testing stuff. But when it comes to records, I don't know how to really test them efficiently because they're so long. I mean, what do you just listen to the entire record, like every single record that you?
Well, when I buy audio CDs to resell, I do the first 30 to 45 seconds of each track.
Oh yeah. CDs are
just
different than records, though. I mean, how do you test a record? I mean, do you just put
you'd have to stand there and pick up the needle and start it at each track,
Yeah, and how do you know where the track starts? I mean, I don't know. I'm not a record guy, so is there like is it obvious when you
there's
look
that little blank space in between the songs.
The little clear ring, goes between. I would think, and this is what I do for CDs, I just check the backup. If they're not scratched, then they go straight out. If they're, and the ring on the inner part of the CD isn't cracked, and, cracked or scratched, they go out. If not, they get run through my, if they got a few minor scratches, they get run through my buffing machine.
Yeah, I picked those too.
As far as records, I mean, I don't sell records anymore. I did years ago, but I guess just visually, I mean, that's a question for like Chad or somebody that does records, but probably just put them on the turntable. For one thing, you'd want to look and see if they're warped. So if you see wobbling when it's on there, that's probably something you should mention, I would think. But I mean, outside of that, as long as they don't have major scratches.
Yeah, well, I mean, I can look at a CD or a DVD or a video game, and I can tell right away if it's going to work or not. And if it's sketchy, like I'm not sure, then I'll try it just to see, because sometimes I'm surprised that they work. But, I mean, they're, that's, like I said, video games and CDs are different. They either work or they don't, I mean, CDs, there are certain parts, like it'll skip in the same spot sometimes, but I mean, the scratches have to be pretty freaking bad. But records, I don't know. I just haven't really messed with them that much. I don't know. I'll probably just sell this thing at the end because I don't want to get into records anyway. I mean, I sent like probably 30 or 40 of them into FBA with my first shipment, and I think I've sold maybe 5 of them so far. And you're paying $1 each for them. 50. Well, I was paying like 50 cents to $1 each for them, trying to sell them for $10 to $20, and I think I got like $35 for the most expensive one, which pretty much covered everything. But just that little experiment. But
my thing with records is it's kind of like baseball cards. Those are the two items I don't want to touch because collectors are so picky on condition, and I'm not versed enough in either one of those. I mean, I used to collect baseball cards. Now with baseball cards, everything gets slabbed and graded by a grading company. I just don't. I personally skip over them because I just don't want to mess with. What may be very good to me isn't going to be very good to the next guy.
that's why I'd stay away from comic books. I can grade baseball cards.
Yeah, on comic books.
But records, comic books, stuff like that, that's where I'm always sketchy. But just because I've been so big into Magic cards for so long, I mean, I'm very accurate with and confident in my Magic card grading. All right, and any kind of trading cards. I mean, I know what to look for and what collectors are looking for because, I mean, I'm a collector. So, but yeah, a lot like records, I have no freaking idea, man. Like, they're just.
Threw away a box of football cards because I just didn't want to deal with them.
Oh, I won't. Yeah.
Cards.
I won't touch sports cards at all, and not because they're not worth anything, but it's like what I tell people about Magic cards or Legos or whatever. I mean, if you don't like sitting there for 10 hours going through a 25-pound box of Legos, then it's just not going to be worth it for you in the end to sit there and pull out every little piece that's worth money and try and sell it all individually. You're better off just selling it in bulk. Same with like, what's that?
And I'll do it with Legos, but it's a big old shoebox. It's full of football, baseball, basketball, and I didn't want to sit there and try to go through. I'm sure there might have been one or two in there that would worth something, but I didn't care. I just threw the box away.
Yeah, baseball cards. I've got probably about 30 or 40,000 baseball cards, and it's not. It sounds like a lot, but it's like a pile of boxes. Like that tall. It's probably about 2 feet tall and 2 by 2, just a little cube. But every time I go through them, I'm like, okay, they're worth something. I try and put them on Craigslist. I can't get a decent offer for them. I've been thinking about just tossing them myself, but my dad saved them for me from when I was a little kid, and he's like, "You're gonna be worth something someday." No, they're not. They're not gonna be worth anything. Trust me. Meanwhile, he junked my Super Nintendo and my Nintendo, and he threw away my Magic cards that are actually worth money.
Oh, jeez.
Isn't it funny what they think? What people think that stuff's gonna be. Like John, he's like, "Oh my God, if I could get back all of my original Star Wars toys, that they sold at a yard sale to buy more toys."
Yeah.
They had the huge AT-AT and all the original. The very original Star Wars.
I had all those
figures
guys.
and stuff. Yeah.
With him as a kid.
They had all of them. I've got their Godzilla. You remember the old Godzilla from like the early '80s, I think, where Godzilla's fist comes off when you push the thing and his fist flies off.
Well, that was my high school years, so I was beyond playing.
Was it really the early '80s?
That was I was high school, 80 to 84.
I was already old by the 80s.
Wow, Jeff, you are old. Holy
dude.
Wow.
I played with the original Star Wars toys back when they first came out.
I was born the last day of '76.
Yeah.
Just a kid, huh?
Yeah, I was born in '79, so my toys were like, I had Star Wars toys just because I loved Star Wars, but it was mostly G.I. Joes, Transformers, He-Man, Ninja Turtles, that kind of stuff.
That's the He-Man.
I graduated in '67.
We were driving down the street over here, and I was pointing out to my daughter, and I was saying, "See this big lot here? There's to be a huge theater, and that's where I saw Star Wars when it was released the first time, first day."
Dude, you saw Star Wars in the theater?
Yeah.
That would have been awesome.
I watched The Empire Strikes Back or The Return of the Jedi, in the theater. I remember watching Return of the Jedi in the theater.
I would have loved to have seen all of them. Like when they first came out, that would have been awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel
but who am I calling old? Jessica, don't get me started. Anybody who's older than me. because I feel pretty old most of the time.
Just wait.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
That's why I try and stay active.
Yeah.
Keep it rolling as long as I can.
Yep. The way to go.
Anyway, it's that time again, guys. It's we've been going at it for about an hour now, and
11:03.
we're just trying to. I'm still playing with the format, trying to decide how I like it, how you guys like it. I haven't gotten a whole lot of feedback from everybody except, oh, just stay online all day. We don't want you to go, which that's. But
Any idea about tomorrow?
tomorrow is I don't know. If I have like 50 likes when I wake up in the morning, then I'll go ahead and probably do a show. It'll be an hour. But so hit that like button. If we hit 50 likes by tomorrow morning, then there will be a show, guys. Even
Just
if I
an
gotta
hour.
do it myself. Yeah, it'll be an hour.
Okay.
I do have to go to the gym, and I am going to go to the gym for tomorrow morning class. So I've been slacking the last couple of days and just going in the afternoon instead. But
Did you say a class?
yeah, the
What kind of class?
jiu-jitsu.
Oh.
Yeah,
Okay.
I don't go lift weights and do that crap. I just do martial arts.
Are you a
But
student or the teacher?
I'm the student.
Okay.
Sometimes I'm the teacher when there's nobody else around to teach, but
Okay.
for the most part, I'm just there to roll.
Cool.
But
Yeah, cool.
yeah, it's fun.
Just how many?
Keeps you in good shape. But what's up, Jeff?
I have to ship something to Russia. I'm trying to figure out
Russia.
is the sticker or the 4-part form.
If you don't want it broken into, send it registered mail.
Yeah, I hate sending stuff to Russia. But anyway, that's it. So the reseller wake up. Go check out that Facebook group on Facebook. I pinned the latest episode. I'll try and keep you guys updated on what we're doing. And yeah, like I said, if we get 50 likes on this video, sure, I'll do another show tomorrow. But otherwise, it'll be Friday. Typical 2-hour normal format. So we'll be on at the normal time. 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button if you're not subscribed. Go join the Reseller Wake Up if you haven't joined there. And yeah, I've got everybody here. I'll be posting the links to their videos. The people that are on the panel pretty much every day. I've actually set up a featured channel link on the homepage of my YouTube channel so that make it even easier to find the people that you guys are used to seeing every single day. But anyway, we'll see you all Friday. Thanks for watching, and we will talk to you later.
Bitcoins.
Bitcoins.
Bye, guys.